Patanjali categorizes, see, in the world there can be only 4 types of people. One, people who are happy, and there are people who are unhappy. And people who are engaged in good acts, meritorious acts, and people who are engaged in not so good act or demonic acts. Sinful people, merited, blessed people. Happy people and unhappy people. The 4 categories. And how do you deal with them? This Maitri, friendliness with all those who are happy. Have friendliness with people who are happy. If you are not friendly with people who are happy, you feel jealousy. You are jealous is because someone is more happier than you. But if you own them, if you feel that they belong to you, see, you are not jealous about someone very dear to you. You are somebody very close to you, being very happy. It doesn't bother you. It doesn't bring jealousy in you. When you think so and so is very happy and they are not connected to you totally, then the jealousy comes. Then said, have friendship with them. Maitri, have a feeling of friendliness with them. For them. See, you can see the same self in everybody, but the feelings will not be the same. It can differ for a beginner. One doesn't feel the same with everybody. Though intellectually you may say, oh, it's myself only there. But your feeling, since it's not fully cultured, fully established in self, it still has its preferences. It weighs. Then what preference will you take it? Say, have friendliness with those who are happy. Now, and what about unhappy people? If you are friendly with unhappy people, what happens? You also become unhappy. So he says, don't be friendly with unhappy people, but be compassionate to unhappy people. The second bhava he has given. Karuna. People who are suffering, have sympathy, compassion for them, but don't hook on to the friendliness, because then it drags you down also to be unhappy. And you are unhappy and they are unhappy, you will be of no use to help them out. Do you see what I'm saying? If you think you should share the unhappiness with your friend, okay, you share it, then will you be able to share your happiness with them? Not possible. So unhappy people, don't be friendly with them, but be compassionate to them. There's a difference here. Do you get this point? Karuna, compassion. Be compassionate to them. Don't say, oh, poor thing, it shouldn't have happened to you. You know, we do not know how to deal with people who are in suffering. We go and make their beliefs more strong, saying that God is so unjust with you. God, nature is so unkind with you. You are suffering. You are poor thing. We even push them down, even down the drain. We are trying to pull them out of the drain, but we are trying to push them down. But unconsciously we do. Because we think, oh, they are my great friends. What do I do? No. People who are suffering, do not pity them. See, there is a difference between pity and compassion. In pitying, you are not pulling them up, you are making them even more down. And most of the people do this. They make the belief of a person who is suffering about their sorrow more concrete in whatever limited logic or relative existence. Are you getting what I'm saying? If someone thinks, oh, great injustice has been done to me, and they are miserable on a self-pity trip, they are on it, and you go and say, oh, you are poor thing, you are so miserable, it shouldn't have happened to you. It's very, and so that person thinks, oh yes, see, I am very suffering. You do not help them in any way to wake up to the truth. This is nothing. Many people are suffering even more. You see that? I'm not telling you don't go, you go and tell them what you are suffering is nothing. Many people are suffering more. You can kindle anger in them. But have compassion for people who are suffering and not friendliness. And people who are doing good job, who are meritorious, who have lots of merit, who are blessed, feel happy with them. Feel happy, become one with them. Feel you are doing that job with them. Then the sense of competition disappears. Jealousy subsides. Finding fault with people who are doing good things will go away. Now, people have this tendency, if someone is good and he's very blessed or meritorious, doing meritorious job, doing some good work, people try to find faults in them. Do you see what I'm saying? Try to find fault in people who are doing good jobs. And tell them, oh, they should have done that better. They should have, at least they have done whatever they have done. You didn't even do even that. And you say they should have done better. They should organize better. They should. Criticism comes from people who do not work mostly. Have you noticed this? People who don't do anything, they criticize others. So that person didn't do well, this person. Mostly, most of the time. Don't find fault with people who are doing good job. When you feel happy about this thing happening. Someone is doing a great service, feel happy about it. Don't say, oh, that person should do more service, should have done better, and he has this flaw in that organization and that flaw in this organization. Well, this organization can have so many flaws. So what? But this organization is doing so much good job to uplift people. Why don't you put your attention there? Instead of the whole organization is strict and that person said this person said this thing. One can get caught up in these trips. Finding fault. Don't find faults, but feel happy for those people who are doing good job. When you become one with them. It's like if a right hand is doing good job, the left hand will appreciate it. Oh, my right hand could write this beautiful poem. Left hand it doesn't write, but it should not stop the right hand from writing. So when it feels that is a part of this other hand, well, this hand can do something else. It can hold the table and the paper. This other hand can hold the pen and it can write well. So like that, feel that they are part of you and they are doing good job, feel happy about it. Mudita means happiness about people who are doing wonderful job. Share the happiness of, feel happy within. And people who are doing sinful jobs, sinful acts, ignore them. Upeksha, it says, just ignore them in your mind. Somebody says something which is not true, just brush it out. It's not worth even thinking about them, considering them. But we do the reverse. People who are doing meritorious acts, we don't put so much think about them, but we keep thinking about people who do sinful things and we don't just ignore them. We chew on them in the mind. All the newspaper, they all are big reports on somebody who did murder or this or that or heinous crimes and criminal acts. Their pictures and the whole story will appear in the papers. Of course, now people are waking up to write something positive about all the nice stories, nice things that is happening to people, but comparatively very little. Isn't it? So when you see people doing sinful thing, educate them and ignore them. Not just ignoring, but educating. You educate out of compassion and then ignore. Otherwise you take that in your mind and you start bothering. You think somebody is imperfect and thinking they are imperfect, you become imperfect. You are no less than them, you are equally imperfect, even worse than that person. And you think that person is wrong. You think you are very right. Just look into you do even much more crimes. See, when you show to somebody you did a mistake, remember always 3 finger is pointing towards you. So 1:3. You have 3 times more responsibility. You. 3 looks at you. But if you stop saying you and me, then if you just turn inward, it's all in, you know. Whole lecture could be just that is yoga, uniting this. Silent lecture.